This is he's called that cause I'm pretty sure he actually might be. So basically he's my strongest L Corp employee. First because of his pretty good stats, and second cause I downloaded a mod that remakes Twilight, which makes it go from this to this. Oh yeah, and most importantly, this video is gonna be him versus Gebura's core suppression, which is also known as the Red Mist. Which I definitely didn't have to use cheats so I could actually do the core suppression because I had already finished the core suppression before. Anyways, enjoy as I just comment the battle. This is Gebura's first phase, which honestly, it's the easiest one in the whole fight. During this phase, she has Penitence, Red Eyes, and Gold Rush. With Gold Rush dealing the most damage, of course, since it's an ALF ego. But in this phase, all you really just gotta do is damage her, recover HP, and avoid Gold Rush. That's pretty much it. However, even if she uses kinda bad ego in this phase, remember, she is an ALF, which means she will deal damage regardless, so you must heal up every now and then or else you're just gonna lose your nugget for free. For Penitence and Red Eye, there isn't much you can do to dodge it since it has the same windup as an employee swinging it. However, for Gold Rush, it has quite the windup and it goes through holes of everywhere in the facility, with the final blow dealing a lot of damage. But you can notice when Gebura will use Gold Rush and where she will use it due to the portals that appear in the halls, so you will have time to dodge them. Also, another reminder that if you want to solo her like I'm doing with him, you must be careful of death sensitive abnormalities. In my case I have Big Bird and Mountain of Smiling Bodies, which means, yeah, now I have to dodge 3 threats at once. Mountain of Smiling Bodies is okay since it's just black damage and I can just tank it. But Big Bird is an insta-kill, which is pretty bad for me. Luckily though, this mod allows for him to just teleport to anywhere in the facility without walking, so it just makes it easier for me to not end up accidentally getting Big Bird's path and losing him. But luckily, since the only danger is Gold Rush, I was able to finish off her first phase quite easily. Which means it's now time to the second phase, which is the phase where the suppression actually becomes fun and hard. Her arsenal in this phase consists of Da Capo, Mimicry, Heaven, and Gold Rush. Again. And unlike the previous phase, the windup of the weapons are kinda long, so you have enough time to hit Gebura without getting hit. But this means that the weapons are stronger now, since most of them are WoW. Not most, literally every single one of them is WoW or above, which means they deal quite the damage. Now you have to worry about Heaven, which is a ranged attack that deals quite a lot of black damage, Gold Rush and Mimicry for heavy red damage, and Da Capo for fast white damage. Not only that, but she can also throw Da Capo, which will land on a random main room in the facility and make her teleport there. The strat for this phase, however, is to just hit Gebura and go to an elevator whenever she's about to do an attack. It's quite the coward move, but if it works, I am not complaining. I don't want to take heavy damage if I can simply just avoid it. Besides, this is just the second phase, so things are gonna get a lot worse and I'll have to play a lot more cowardly later on. Since dealing damage to her without just protecting yourself is just not worth it at all. And besides, just using bullets to make your employee tank her is not a good idea, cause trust me, you're gonna need a lot of bullets for the later phases. I got nothing more to say about this phase though, so just watch as I cowardly defeat Gebura's second phase. And now it's time for the third phase, which is slightly harder than the second phase, since it requires a lot more managing of your employee and dodging, but the attacks have a lot longer wind-up, so you still have time to dodge it and get a hit on Gebura. During this phase, she has Justicia, Smile, Heaven, again, and Gold Rush, for a third time already. However, in this phase, since she has a lot of heavy damaging weapons, you need to be careful to not get hit. Although you can probably tank it if you have a good enough ego, all of her attacks deal a shit ton of damage, so you don't want to get hit. Luckily, the long wind-up saves your employees. So, if you have a good enough timing, you can probably just no-hit this phase, actually. And sometimes, like what's happening in the video right now, she'll just face the wall and start beating it up. But don't be fooled by this, the hitbox will still hit your employees. It's just spaghetti code, because this is a Project Moon game. This is also by far her longest phase, since she has pretty good defense and attacks that deal a lot of damage, so you need to constantly be dodging, which means you won't have enough time to deal a lot of damage to her. And since this video is already quite sped up, it's very likely I'll just speed up the session a lot more, since it would get pretty boring if I just let the normal 25 minutes long video running. But the only attack I can dodge with him is Heaven, since that pierces through walls, and Cheset's department is straight up just straight line, so I can't even dodge that. But all the other attacks are easy to dodge, so that won't be much of a problem. Besides, I can just heal up from Heaven, since it's just black damage every now and then, so it won't deal that much damage regardless. There's not much to say about the rest of this phase, since it's pretty much a second phase but on steroids, so enjoy the gameplay. And now we have finally arrived at the last phase, aka the fourth phase, where everything goes to shit. This is the phase where Gebura is the most vulnerable, but at the same time, this is the phase where she hits the hardest. Basically being able to instantly kill an employee, even if they have an OP ego. In this phase, she has only 2 weapons, Twilight, and you can probably guess it, Gold Rush. This is also probably the shortest phase in the whole fight, considering Gebura takes a lot of damage from all sources once she gets tired. Keyword, tired, because once she isn't tired, she's just gonna sprint and hunt your ass down until you die or just heal your employees so much you run out of bullets. And remember, this is Twilight, which not only deals massive damage, but also deals every single one of them. And not even working with an abnormality is gonna save you from being targeted by her, because she's gonna hunt your ass down and you gotta fight back, or else your employee will die. Once she does her Twilight attack though, she will go tired again, which gives a lot of window of time to fight her. But there's a funny cheat to do in this phase, so you'll avoid getting beat by Twilight twice. Before she gets up, all you gotta do is just work on an abnormality so she'll have no one to target, which surprisingly works. So all you gotta do is just wait for her to sprint with no destination and make her go tired again, which luckily to me, she got tired in the room right next to me. Now all I gotta do is just beat her up until she dies. Turns out that this whole time this video is just an endless loop and now you're stuck watching.